Think about the last time you actually owned something. Not paid a monthly fee for it. Not subscribed to it. Actually owned it, where you paid once, it was yours forever, and nobody could take it away. Because here's what's happening right now, quietly, across nearly every industry, the idea of ownership is disappearing. Netflix, Spotify, Adobe, Microsoft Office, your phone apps, your car, even your razor blades. Everything is becoming a subscription. And the wild part? Most of us just accepted it, without really stopping to ask why. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on the system behind the subscription economy, why companies made the switch, how they use psychology to keep you paying, and what it means for the future of owning anything at all. By the end of this, you'll see subscriptions completely differently. Let's get into it. Here's the thing, subscriptions aren't actually new. Newspapers and magazines have been doing it for over 100 years. You pay monthly, they send you content. Simple. But the modern subscription boom? That started in the early 2000s. The moment that changed everything was when companies began moving software from a box on a shelf to something you accessed online. Adobe was one of the biggest examples. For years, you could walk into a store, buy Photoshop for around $700, install it, and it was yours, forever. Then in 2013, Adobe switched to a subscription model. Creative Cloud. $50 a month. People were furious. There were petitions. Reddit threads full of outrage. But Adobe didn't back down. And other companies were watching closely. Then Netflix happened. And Spotify. And suddenly the entire world got comfortable paying monthly for things they used to own outright: CDs, DVDs, software disks. The shift wasn't overnight. But once consumers got comfortable with the model, companies across every industry started asking the same question: why are we still selling things once when we could be getting paid every single month? To understand why companies love subscriptions so much, you need to understand one phrase: predictable recurring revenue. Imagine you run a business. If you sell a product once, your revenue looks like this: spikes when something launches, then silence. You're always chasing the next sale, the next product, the next customer. But if you convert those customers to subscriptions, suddenly your revenue is smooth, consistent, and predictable. You know roughly how much money is coming in next month before the month even starts. And for investors, that's like gold. Wall Street rewards companies with recurring revenue streams with massively higher valuations. A company with predictable monthly income is considered far less risky than one that depends on hit-or-miss product launches. That's a huge deal. It's why Microsoft, a company that built its empire selling Windows and Office as one-time purchases, went all in on Microsoft 365. It's why Apple pushed hard into Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, and iCloud. It's why even car companies are now offering subscription features. BMW made headlines when it started charging a monthly fee to unlock heated seats, a feature already physically built into the car. The hardware was there. They just put a digital lock on it and turned it into a subscription. That is how deep this goes. Subscriptions aren't just a business model anymore. They're a philosophy. Now here's where it gets really interesting, because companies don't just love subscriptions for the money. They love them because of how humans think. Here's a simple example. Which feels like more money to you, paying $200 once, or paying $16.99 a month? Mathematically, $16.99 a month is $203.88 a year. It's actually more expensive. But psychologically, the small monthly number barely registers. It fits neatly into the mental category of things we just pay for, like rent or utilities. Behavioral economists call this payment decoupling. When the moment you pay for something is separated far enough from when you use it, the pain of paying almost disappears. This is why free trials work so well. You get a month of the product, you get comfortable using it, and then canceling actually feels like a loss, even though you never paid for it to begin with. Psychologists call this the endowment effect. Once something feels like yours, giving it up feels bad. And then there's the friction of canceling. Have you ever tried to cancel a subscription and found yourself clicking through 5 different screens, being offered a discounted rate, then a pause option, before you finally reach a cancel button that's grayed out? That's not an accident. That's intentional design. Every extra step in the cancellation process is there to increase what the industry calls churn protection, keeping you subscribed through inconvenience rather than value. Beyond psychology, there's something even more powerful at work: ecosystem lock-in. Here's how it works. You sign up for one service. Maybe it's iCloud, or Google Drive, or Dropbox. You upload years of documents, photos, videos. Your whole digital life is in there. Now imagine trying to leave. Where do you even start? You'd have to download everything, re-upload it somewhere else, update every app that connects to it, probably break a few workflows in the process. It's exhausting just thinking about it. Companies know this. And they design their products specifically to make leaving as painful as possible. The more services you use from one company, the harder it becomes to switch. Apple knows that once you have an iPhone, AirPods, an Apple Watch, and iCloud storage, you're probably not switching to Android anytime soon. The cost isn't financial. It's the cost of disruption. This is why companies bundle subscriptions together. Disney Plus offering Hulu and ESPN Plus in one package. Amazon bundling Prime Video with free shipping and music and storage. It's not just about value for the consumer. It's about making sure that even if you're only using 2 of the 5 services, you stay subscribed to all 5 because canceling feels like giving up too much. It's a web. And once you're in it, getting out takes real effort. So where does this all go from here? Because if you think subscriptions are everywhere now, you haven't seen anything yet. AI tools are almost entirely subscription-based. ChatGPT, Midjourney, Adobe Firefly, Grammarly. You pay monthly to access intelligence. That's a sentence that would have sounded like science fiction 10 years ago. Smart home devices are already following the same path. Your Nest thermostat, your Ring doorbell, your Peloton bike. They all have free tiers, but the features you actually want, those are locked behind a subscription. Cars are next. Tesla already sells driver assistance upgrades as subscriptions. GM, BMW, and others are building their entire feature unlock systems around the same model. In the near future, buying a car might mean buying the hardware, and then subscribing to everything that makes it useful. Even healthcare and wellness are moving this direction. Gym memberships have always been subscriptions, but now we're seeing subscription models for telehealth visits, prescription deliveries, mental health apps, and personalized nutrition. The honest reality is this: in the next decade, the idea of paying once and owning something outright may become the exception, not the rule. The subscription economy isn't slowing down. If anything, it's just getting started. The question isn't whether you'll be part of it. You already are. The question is whether you're being intentional about it. Because now you know the system. You know why it exists, how it's designed, and where it's headed. So, are subscriptions bad? Not necessarily. Some of them genuinely are better value than buying outright. But the difference between a smart consumer and one who just goes along with it is understanding what's actually happening. Now I want to hear from you. Are you okay with the subscription economy? Or do you think we've given up too much? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. If this video gave you a new way of looking at something you deal with every single day, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow.